Hello everyone, this is selenophiliatarot for your new moon reading in Gemini this June 2018. We are also in the sun sign of Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication, sometimes also a bit of mental confusion, just to make it a bit more interesting. And the strong verbal connections, okay, or things which have to be resolved in a way they will come up and will be best expressed through communication, any form of communication really. So let's see what the fairy card is gonna indicate or highlight for this new moon in Gemini in June 2018. Here you go. Magic of nature. Get a little bit of a flare here, unfortunately. Shades. Is this better? Hopefully. So there you see those three fairies kind of dancing around that bubble, okay? A bubble is very delicate, so kind of it's precious in that moment, and has that beautiful surface which shows all kinds of rainbow colors. Hey, the sun shines through, and in nature we find peace and we can release. In nature we restore. If it's just a walk at the beach or going in the forest or looking at a tree or observing some animals or admiring the plants and the flowers in your garden, you know, these are all the moments where you actually nurture yourself and replenish. Okay, this is a really beautiful card to come in this for this reading. Now we have a look at the angel cards from Doreen Virtue. For this new moon in Gemini 2018. Just after the new moon, 8 hours after, ideally, you can write down about 10 wishes to come to completion, fruition, for usually we say a full moon, maybe in the same sign like now, Gemini as well. Gemini belongs to the Lovers card, so it has also to do with decisions, mind over matter, anything what kind of fits in very well with that. Okay, Three of Swords, another number 3. Like the three fairies in the other card. So number 3 seems to be quite important. It looks like this is some sort of family, okay, the little one with its parents. It's time to heal, okay, shelter, and really forgive yourself. It's time to forgive, okay? Time to release and forgive what has been hurting, what has been difficult in your life, and just release those emotions. They're important to be acknowledged, okay? To be acknowledged and see where the issue lies and where it lies within you, and in your inner child, how your inner child relates to it. That's usually also some sort of programming which happened in your childhood or from past lives, okay, some karmic patterns which come up and have been hurting, and it's now the time to release them. So that's really beautiful. In other sets, it's usually shown as the heart with the three swords, piercing through the heart, okay? It's immense potential for healing. So that looks very delicate, okay? So that delicacy, that delicate inner, I can say the inner desire or the hurt which has triggered that kind of new desire for you to grow, okay? It's to be looked after, and it has to be released, that energy. Doesn't mean that you will never ever come across it again, but you are kind of relating, you will relate to it differently. So let's see what the Earth Magic cards are telling you. So you feel separation with someone you haven't seen for a long time, you feel like they pop into your mind a lot, or come up in your dreams, or people have passed away, and you kind of suffer and are still very hurt and need to work through the grief. That's all that what is supposed to happen right now, okay? To release. Earth Magic. Oh, volcano, okay. It's the outburst. Is that not knowing what comes next, not being quite sure how things pan out, not being in control as well, okay? That's really it's an outer force in a sense. Obviously volcanoes belong to nature. We are sitting on a big ball of fire, and we are very lucky. We just have the trembles every now and then, or then some people, they get the volcano breaking out and causing quite a bit of devastation and disruption, okay? So there is that feeling of uncertainty which is going to be lingering around. Also, when we work through pain and trauma and do some healing, we sometimes doubt if we ever get it, or if we ever can heal, if things ever gonna get better. But they do, and they will. Is we always evolve, we always move along. It's never always the same. It has slight variations, and to acknowledge these variations and put your focus on them, that's the most important. And just really go with the with the scenery and deal with everything what comes to you in that particular moment. It doesn't help you if you fret about it beforehand or make up these scenarios in your mind, okay? No, forget that, like just deal with that, what's in front of you, and if things are going quite all right, but then, like something comes in which takes you by surprise, and you don't know actually, oh, can I deal with that? Is this going to be good enough? How is this going to pan out? You're going to release all those thoughts and really trust that that enlightenment as well is gonna bring you closer to your inner truth, to your authentic self. All right, now the Druidcraft Tarot cards for this new moon in Gemini 2018. Okay, we have another 3. That's just amazing. 3 of Wands. Okay, now we have the fire here. Okay. Oh, actually, that goes first here. Sorry. And here, Princess of Swords. Let's just take the next one. The Lord. Okay. 3 of Swords. Okay, we have three numbers. Waiting for the ships to come in, okay? You've been sending out your wishes, your thoughts, your intentions, okay, and you're waiting for them to be fulfilled, okay. It's best not to be too obsessed about it. Just let things grow. Things are growing, things are evolving, things are coming back to you in a good way. So you also don't need to put more work into it in this stage, okay? You just really can sit back, actually, stand there, look into, have a look at the goals, okay, at your goals and ideas and projects maturing slowly but surely, okay, and acknowledge them in whatever stage they are. Acknowledge them, acknowledge it, okay, and praise yourself for the path you've been walking, for where you've been going. Now, the Princess of Swords is a bit of an aloof energy, okay? Looking at things from an objective viewpoint and being a little bit more detached, okay? And this sometimes helps to protect yourself in a sense, okay? Because you've been in the pain, you're healing, and here, when you're healing, okay, you just mainly see yourself, your story, the patterns, everything what has to do with yourself, all right? And here, when you either you get some objective viewpoint of a friend or of a person, you share your thoughts and your emotions with, and they can give you another viewpoint, or a sight into the future, kind of, okay, and some comfort. It's gonna get better. You see that bird flying in the background, the swallow. It's yeah, it still has to do with some sort of a feeling of becoming free, okay, but the analyzation is important as well, and to have a little bit of distance from the issue, or some help through mentoring or counseling, or friends who give you some feedback about it, can really help to move things along and to make things easier for you to cope and to deal with it and to evolve with it and to heal it, okay? To heal it as well. I don't know, is this lavender here? No, not really. It looks like springtime as well here. It's beautiful. So in the traditional tarot, I would say that would be the Tower, right? So under there we have the Lord, which is the Hierophant in other decks. It's quite an authority. He's mastered his life so far that he knows a lot and is quite clear and strong in his opinion, in structure, in being connected, So this could be actually a person coming in to advise you or to give you some steadiness in your life, okay, in your growth, and some I don't know, what is that word called in English? In German we say Zuversicht, and yeah, just give you the comfort that you're on the right way and things are really coming together. This is that one patch you have to deal with, and you're gonna have to communicate with yourself and with others, okay, in the right manner of time, to release and to heal, to protect that bubble, okay, and being nature, kind of yes, regenerate your energy and that, you know, like these uncertainties or this enlightenment can really happen for you, that you all of a sudden have that realization. Now I get it, okay? Now I get it. I can see it, and I've so visualized it now, or so memorized it now, that it will be much more easier for me to deal with that again, okay? If it's something cyclic, there's quite a bit of cyclic stuff going on in this stage anyway. So it's really good to do some inner search and some inner healing, and release some old patterns and karma, you know, karmic stuff. To It doesn't always mean that you say goodbye to people, but you say goodbye to some aspects of those people, and the more you kind of transform and nurture other aspects, you know, of yourself, the easier it is for the people around you to grow as well, because they get yeah, it's like electric impulse, okay? It's all energy, and it is a trigger for others as well to kind of come to these levels, and or levels sounds a bit hierarchic, but aspects, you know, nurture other aspects. That's maybe better. And it seems to be quite an intense time. It seems to be also not just easy, like, you know, like it just goes snap and you got it all, but you're on the way. And this is the most important thing. I really, really love this card here, because nature, or places where you find some silence of the mind, okay? As the mind can interfere a lot, because the mind is all conditioned with old patterns, and you want to kind of remove yourself from that kind of thoughts, from these thought processes. So, you know, like that, you will still be able to flow with it, okay? And it's coming into a really good direction. It's coming, yeah, your ships are coming back, okay? And this gives you also that maturity, and yeah, and that enlightenment in a sense as well. So yeah, I mean, this is very interesting and reflective kind of reading that really has to do with your inner self. If I'm right, Leo is going retrograde, which means Leo is quite a ego-driven sign, okay? It's a fire sign. It's quite ego-driven. It's passionate and loud, and, you know, all that. So it's going retrograde, which means that shows also that retrospective nature of your own self, okay? And you can really learn a lot around that time with it, to yeah, just to see those conditioning of your past, the karmic, the trauma, the, you know, all the rough stuff, and then the happy stuff for sure as well, because we also learn to how to be happy and how to make people happy. That's a form of conditioning too, okay? It just brings out more positive vibrations, because yeah, if you make people laugh, it's a good energy to be around, hey? If someone is bright and smiley, and, you know, like it's a nice energy to be around that, okay? And if you are like this, you're a beautiful energy to be around, okay? So yeah, all these patterns and conditioning can be revised, and you see the progress and things coming in for you which you have put out already before, all right? So yeah, I hope that reading is helpful for you for this new moon in Gemini. Gemini I look at as two people also holding hands and dancing, being so well connected and still have their own flair, okay? Maybe some character traits, or maybe one has green eyes, one has blue eyes, just some slight variations, but also being telepathically quite connected. And telepathy is another form of communication, okay? So if you feel you want to send some good vibes out to people, or strong strength, or you're that you're sorry, that you know, like ask for forgiveness. This is also a lot about forgiveness. Forgive yourself obviously as well, but also others, you know, to let go. Then this is a good time to do it with Mercury that God, he's got that little helmet hat on with the wings on the side, so he is connected to the air, to the, you know, that kind of transmission of thoughts through, yeah, all the waves, radio waves, or however you want to call it, you know, like, but all that energy. And yeah, it's a really beneficial, or also can be a difficult time obviously. If you get some bad vibes from somewhere, then you obviously have to look what you can resolve there and send forgiveness, you know, to that person or that situation which has been, okay? So it's going both ways, okay? And it can go negative and the positive in a sense, you know, or positive emotions, negative emotions. But yes, try to master it a bit, okay? And put the right stuff out, so you can kind of create more higher vibrations than lower vibrations. And we send out lower vibrations, says there is a lot more healing to do within ourselves, so better get to work with it, okay? And if you can send out a lot of high vibrations, you obviously replenish yourself a lot in nature, and you balance yourself a lot, and you deal with things which hurt you from your past more maturely, more steadily, okay? Yeah, I hope that made sense for you. And if you would like to have a personal reading, you can email me at selenophiliatarot@gmail.com, or you can messenger me on Facebook, on my Selenophilia Tarot Facebook website or site, and we can take it from there. All the best, namaste, many moonlight blessings, and I see you again at the next reading when it's full moon. Thank you.